On Storytime on Laveritatv, I am Kendi Mohammed. It's been an amazing journey so far with a lot of stories being shared through this platform. But before we begin today's story, let's go for a quick break. We'll be right back.
Truth is told. Tune in, be inspired. Your story unfolds. From darkness to light, Kenya's stories told. Redemption and hope, a journey to unfold. Laveritatv.
Honorable guest launch. Congratulations, you qualified to the next round of the competition.
Are you ready to take your seat in the hot seat? Welcome to the Hot Seat Quiz Competition Season 2, where brilliance meets opportunity and young minds shine in mathematics, English, current affairs, and general knowledge.
It was Square Lagos. Option C, National Assembly Complex.
This is not just a quiz, it's a platform to build, nurture, expose, and reward the brightest students across our schools. First position, 500,000 naira. Second position, 300,000 naira. And third position, 200,000 naira.
Power 5. That's the right answer.
Think you've got what it takes? Then step forward, take the challenge, and claim your place among champions. Powered by Laveritatv Productions and supported by Adekunle Komolafe Foundation. To participate, donate 5,000 naira to Adekunle Komolafe Foundation or scan this barcode. Registration closes on the 15th of May 2026. For participation, sponsorship, and partnership, please call. Don't just watch greatness, be part of it.
Welcome back. I'd like to appreciate every one of you for your amazing contributions to all the stories that have been shared so far. You all are doing a very perfect and amazing job by bringing solutions to those who need solutions and creating an avenue for them to scale through life through stories and emotional comments. And here's the narration of today's story. My name is Blessing from the northern part of Nigeria. Most people will say a child born with both parents alive do come out good in the future, while an orphan has no hope, but my case is actually different. Recently, I noticed there are a lot of stories, everybody sharing their stories of how they were molested, assaulted while they were young, staying with someone. There was a recent story that was posted on social media about a woman who assaulted and molested a child of less than 10 years. And that brought me the ginger to bring my story to you today. Even though it was the case of from grass to grace, but at least I can look back and thank God for everything I've been through, and this might actually encourage someone. My parents died in a crash at a very early age. And after the burial and everything, because they died together in the crash, and being the only child, and the family now said, okay, since the parents are not alive, who is going to take care of this child? My mom's younger sister now volunteered that, okay, no problem. Since I'm going back to Lagos, she can pack her things and follow me. And since my other sister was a very good person and also her husband was not exempted from the good wills. And I felt, okay, this is an avenue for me to at least further my education because she promised me heaven and earth. Even though I was very little and I was young, but I believed, okay, Auntie Sosa we actually promised what she said. I was overjoyed. I told my friends, I'm going with my auntie to Lagos. I've never been to Lagos and I was going there. It was something of joy. My auntie was married though. She's married. She had kids at that time who were older than me. I got to Lagos. On the first night, I was given food. Every time I took my bath. And I was like, I just wish this would continue like this. I was happy, and as a child, it seems they bought my conscience because I was very happy. And the kids also, that night, they were nice. She promised the whole family she was going to put me through school, right? And the second day, that was when my nightmare began. My auntie that acted all sweet, nice, and kind during the burial became the Jezebel herself. And everything she promised was like it was an audio promise. And I became the house help they were looking for. And despite the fact that our kids were older than me, I was made to do all the house chores. Our kids would go to school while I'll be at home, taking care of the house. I'll wash clothes, something a child of my age should never do. I was supposed to be protected, but no, I was being assaulted. And most times when they tell me, okay, go and do this, and I tell my auntie, I'm tired. That's how she'll pounce on me. And our kids are not left behind though. If it was actually just my auntie that was just doing this wickedness, no problem. But our kids were not left behind. Our kids made sure I saw hell. In fact, when the kids are sleeping, all the kids have their own rooms. I was made to sleep in the storeroom. But what would I say? Who would I complain to? And most times I cry and cry and cry, asking God, why am I made to face this? And most times when we go to church, the pastor's wife took interest in me. And most times she'll be like, Blessing, are you fine? I'll be, yes, ma. Even though I was very little then, but I was made not to talk outside. So even when I'm not fine, deep inside I'm not fine, but I still made it outside that I'm fine. There were marks on my body. It was obvious. It was something I could not hide. But at that moment, I believed that was what life could bring. Because most times, even when I was little, I questioned God that, okay, why is my friend still having their mom and dad? Why was my case different? And most times when I go to church, and it seems the pastor's wife started noticing me, and she was doing everything. And later, every Sunday when she's coming, she would just call me to a corner and give me food to my satisfaction to eat. And later, she made the bold step after some months. Since they were childless, then she made the bold step to my auntie, and she said she liked this girl, which was me, to stay with her. At first, my auntie said, no, she can't do this, she can't do that. But she insisted, the pastor's wife insisted. And being to the fact that my auntie respected the pastor's wife so much. And I said, okay, no problem. I can go and stay with her, even though the children cry and they were like, Mommy, I cannot do this. If she leaves, who will wash plates, who will clean the room? And me seeing a savior now, the pastor's wife was very nice to me. I quickly packed my things and I followed her. And that was when I had a turnaround. I could actually smile, right? That was because I remembered when the breakthrough began. The pastor's wife was an angel sent from above. And the pastor himself was not left behind. They treated me like their own blood. And most times neighbor will have to ask, did you hide this child all this while and you went and bring her? Is she really your child? And they said yes. They always say yes. But deep inside, I was not their child. But they treated me like one. And I've always wished, I want to go to school, I want to be a medical doctor. But what happened? They made sure that dream came true. They saw me through primary school, secondary, higher institution. And my dreams finally came to pass. It was something of joy. I was very happy on the day of my graduation. I know most of you will ask, where is your auntie? She's actually coming to the picture soon. Everything was moving fine. And later, I met a young man. Like 2 years after my graduation from the medical school, I met a young man. And when I met him, he was like, I like you, I want to get married to you. No problem, I took him to my parents, which is the pastor's wife and the pastor. They were so happy. Finally, I brought someone home to get married to me. It was something of joy. It was something of joy. That was when the pastor now reminded me that I need to go back to my auntie and tell her about my upcoming wedding. I told him no, I am not going anywhere. But you know, as a pastor and as a man of God, they always preach forgiveness. They say forgive and forget. But there are some situations you never forgive, especially when it's coming from someone that should have protected you, a family member. But that's not a big deal. I told her, okay, no problem, I'll go and tell my auntie. Because it's someone I respected with my life. And when I got there, she danced and showed the neighbors, oh, this is Blessing, my sister's daughter. She's more like my child. And I just looked at her and smiled. And you know the funniest thing? She now asked my husband to be, when is he coming back for the list? I looked at her, I was like, which list? She said yes. Now when is he coming back for the list? I said no. That I'm only coming to show her someone I want to get married to. But the fact still remains that the pastor and his wife are going to be the mother and the father of the day. My auntie started jumping and wailing and crying. What happened? She said it's custom and tradition that the bride price and everything should come to the family. And I keep asking myself, which family? Was it the same family that abandoned me? What if the pastor's wife had not rescued me that day? Would I still be alive? Well, God has its plans. And I just see the pastor and his wife as angel God sent. But now at the edge of the breakthrough, when I'm supposed to get married to the love of my life, here comes my auntie who thinks as tradition and custom, she should take the bride price. Anyways, I am ready for this fight though. I am ready for this fight. Though the pastor and his wife are trying to say, okay, just don't worry, it's no big deal now. If you get married, we'll still be coming and we'll still come and do the omugo. I told them no. As far as I'm concerned, you are my parent. And my auntie is now telling me that, oh, your mother and your father in the grave will be so angry with you. But who cares? I don't care. Because I know even my mother and my father still want my auntie. Now I'm confused. I don't know what to do. And this is why I'm bringing this story to the audience. Actually, it was what happened some weeks last week on social media. This is what triggered me to write my story. Maybe someone out there might have faced this same challenge and is willing to give an helping hand. I don't mind. I'll be in the comment section waiting for all your opinions, your comments, and your suggestions on this. If you like your stories to be shared, you can email us at contact@laveritatv.productions.com. And for our hotel and hospitality management, you can also visit our website at www.laveritatv.com. And for sponsorship and advert placement, you can also visit our website at www.laveritatv.productions.com. And you can also follow us on all our social media handles being displayed on your screen right now. I remain your host for the program, Kehinde Mohammed. See you next time when I bring more amazing, interesting, and intriguing story your way.
To be told. Laveritatv, where stories come alive. Kenny's story, a testament to the power of the drive. To overcome, to rise above. Story time with Kenny, a story of hope. Laveritatv, where stories come alive. Kenny's story, a testament to the power of the drive. To overcome, to rise above. Story time with Kenny, a story of hope.